I got involved in Enagic about a year and a half ago. I was a manager full-time at a restaurant called Chipotle. I was working around 60-80 hours a week serving people GMO-free organic food. It was something that I was, overly passionate about. I felt good about giving people something that was good for their body. My mom actually ended up getting chronically sick 2.5 years ago, and she was put in ICU for 2 years. Her pancreas actually ended up exploding, and what I found out was it was just a major imbalance in her body. And when the doctors told us that there was really nothing they could do for her, I started looking for holistic health and healing. I was introduced to Enagic by my mentor Matt Clemmer, and I got one of these machines for myself, and I got a machine for my mom. My wife and I actually lent my mom my wife's machine, and when we got a machine in her house, within 6 months she had tremendous results. And it wasn't really about the money for me, because like I said, I was a manager at Chipotle. But what happened was once I consciously became aware of Kangen water and what Enagic was, when I was serving people this food, this great GMO-free food, I was giving children battery acid to wash it down with, and I was giving children acidic water to eat their food with, and it became more of like a conscious problem for me. Like I consciously was thinking about it all the time. So I ended up putting in my 2 weeks. I was making around $30,000 a year, or close to $30,000 a year, and I decided to go full-time with Enagic. I went full-time with Enagic 1 year and 5 months ago, and I haven't worked a single day since. Since then, I've been able to generate a lot from my life. I've gone to almost all 50 states in the last year, and for some people that might not be a big accomplishment, but for someone like me growing up in a small little town in Indiana, getting to see the world was something I'd always dreamt about. But not only did that happen, I built so many relationships with people like Jack in Maryland, and people from Chicago, people from New York, people from LA, and before I knew it, I felt closer to these people than I did some of my own relatives, and honestly, these people became my family. I became involved with Enagic for, again, a few reasons. One, the health aspect, but later on the financial aspect of it completely changed the game for me. And since my wife and I are now married, we've been married for a year now, and we're both full-time in Enagic. She actually just gave birth to our son. He is 6 weeks old, and she plans to take about a year off from her tattooing career, which is nice. So Enagic has been able to propel us forward so we could be comfortable these last few months with our son. So I really couldn't be any more grateful to Enagic and Mr. Oshiro and Mrs. Oshiro and basically every person I've ever met in Enagic, because every person's had a big impact on my life.